Hello, fourth graders. Today we are going to be looking at Module 1, Lesson 5 of Eureka Math. And in this lesson, we are going to be looking at comparing numbers based on their meanings of the digits using the greater than, less than, or equal to signs to record the comparison. Now, throughout this lesson, we're going to be looking at using the words digits and value, and also our symbols. So I have our vocabulary and our symbols right down here to show what they mean and how we're going to use them. And remember, we have this little camera down here, so feel free to take a picture to help you out with this if you didn't take it during our class. And so we're going to look here at our vocabulary. Our vocabulary shows that digits is any number from 0 to 9. So when we look at digits, it's an individual number that we use to represent other numbers. Okay, and I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. The value of something is the numerical amount of the digit. And when we look at our place value chart, it's going to show like the value of each unit in there, and the digits is going to show the quantity of each unit. And that's how we are going to see how big that number is. Okay? Now, when we look here at our symbols, when we see them, we normally just say that's the greater than sign, less than sign, or equal to sign. But when we use it in a math sentence, we could always use it as blank is greater than blank. So we would say like 6 is greater than 4. Or here, this is the less than sign, but it says is less than. So we would say 12 is less than 20. And here we have the equal sign showing that they are the same, or that they're equal to. So it would be 4 is equal to 4. Okay, and if you'd like a nicer picture, here is our charts that's going to be in our classroom, showing the examples of how we would compare something and also our vocabulary. So if you want to take a screenshot, go for it. And now we're going to move back down here. So we have our lesson. We have our goal. We're going to be comparing our numbers. Or we're going to be comparing our numbers looking at their value of the digit. But before we do that, we want to practice getting to know how we can look at our values and our digits. Now, to do that, we're going to use the number 3,487, and to understand its value, we can put it on our place value chart. Okay? So, if we look from right to left, we see that there are 7 ones, 8 tens, 4 hundreds, and 3 thousands. Okay? So, what does that all mean, though? That means the 3-digit is here in the thousands place. So if our 3-digit shows the quantity of our unit, that means we have 3 thousands. And that represents 3,000. Okay? So that's just a quick example. So let's look down here. We have 4 as our digit. Our 4 is in the hundreds place. So we're going to have 4 hundreds. And if we add it all up together, we have a total of 400. So the digit 4, which is in the hundreds place, has a value of 400. All right? And for 3, we just went over 3. There are 3 thousands total. So the number of thousands there are is 3, and if we combine it all together, we get 3,000. Now, this is a good time to pause and try out 7 and 8. Give it a shot and see if you can get the right answer. You can pause the video, and then you can press continue or play to move on. All right, so if we look at 7, Our 7 is in our ones place, so we're just going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that equals a total of 7. So the value of the 7-digit equals 7. And then our tens place, we have 8 of them. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If we add them all up together, we have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. So the value of our 8-digit equals 80. All right? So how does it help us when it comes to comparing our numbers? Well, when we compare our numbers, if we have our, I'll move over there a little bit. If we have our numbers, we're looking at each value of the digit. So in this number, we only have 3 ones and 5 ones. So then if we're going to compare it, there's only 3 dots here. Well, this one would have 5. So I know 3 is less than 5. So if I'm going to read this sentence, I would say 3, and with the less than sign, it means 3 is less than 5. And if it helps you, you can just think of the crocodile teeth will want to eat the bigger numbers. Okay? So we're going to do a 2-digit number and see how our place values help us understand how to compare. Well, if we look here, we have 12 and 11. Now let's start out with the left side, so our highest value or our highest unit. Both of these have 110 in it. So that's both equal, and I need to move on to the next number to see which one is bigger. So then now this one has 2 ones, while this one has 1 1. So this is like 110 and 2 ones versus 110 and 1 1. So I know that 12 is greater than 11 because it has 1 more 1 than 11. Okay? Let's try this one. This one we see multi-digit numbers, but it's not the same amount on both sides. This one has 3 digits, while this one has 2 digits. Now, the more units you have, or the more digits, the higher your number. So since this has 3, I already know that 310 has way more than 92. So 310 is greater than 92. All right, let's look at this bottom one. Now, this one looks a little different. So now we have two-digit numbers, and so we see that our left ones, or our highest digit, or our highest value, has 7 and 7. So they're both 7 tens, so we don't need those. But then now they both have 5 ones. So they're both equal. So when they're both the same number, you would write down the equal sign and you would read it, 75 is equal to or is the same as 75. Okay? So here is another example, and I would like you to pause the video and try this one on your own. We got 4,716, and we're going to compare it to 4,721. Okay? So pause right now and try it out. All right. So when we're looking at this number, we see a 4-digit number on both sides. Well, we're going to start comparing our digits starting from the left side. So here we have a 4 and a 4. So those are the same. We don't need to worry about that. Here we have a 7 and a 7 in our hundreds places. Don't need to worry about that. They're both the same. Now we have 110 here and 2 tens here. So now I know that since there's 110 here and 2 tens here, this side is smaller because 1 is less than 2. So in the end, we're going to have 4,716 is less than 4,721. And if I'm going to explain my work so I can get a better answer or a better score, I would say that 4,716 is less than 4,721 because there is one less 10 than 4,721. Okay? Be able to explain why you got your answers, and that will always help you with understanding if the problem makes sense to you or not, okay? Well, Jaguars, that's it for this lesson. Make sure you look to your assignment and make sure you write it down and show your work on Canvas, okay? Take care. If you have any questions, let me know.